How are y'all doing? I'm on site here at the old glass bottle factory in Ringsend, which is going to be called the Pembroke Quarter, I believe. I was just looking at the plans on the way in. Looks like it's going to be a very, very impressive site with a lot of big residential buildings here. The reason we're here, of course, is we're with Kerrigan Mechanical, and we have 14 air source heat pumps. They're the Aermec NRK 330 model, which is about 60 kilowatts each, at a supply temperature of 45 and 40. Obviously, we're designing air source heat pumps to work at a much lower temperature, because it's more efficient when the temperature is lower. Of course, when that's with a design ambient of think of -4, -5. So obviously, when the ambience is higher, the capacity is higher, and they will typically run on lower load. Consequently, we have supplied the multi-chiller we call it the multi-chiller sequence controller, but it obviously works with air source heat pumps as well, and it optimizes the part load efficiency. So as opposed to the old-fashioned days where you'd run a single unit up to 100%, it's more efficient to run more units at a lower load. I've done separate vlogs on that, so just look through the vlogs there if you want to more information on that. So yeah, they're just offloading here. Obviously these units come with epoxy coated condenser coil, because we're right beside the sea, so that'll improve the lifespan, which obviously is better for the client. Yeah, so they're getting lifted up onto the building over in the corner there, I believe, and the reason we supplied 14 of these as opposed to a much smaller amount of larger capacity units is, I believe, or as I recall, to do with the planning permission. There was a certain max height they were allowed to be, and that was the reason these particular units were selected, obviously in addition to the efficiency and everything else. So that's it from me for here. If you want any more information on the Aermec heat pumps that we offer, just drop me an email, peter.mcmahon@eicl.ie, or call the office on 01 8255 155. Sorry, just to add a quick note, I had a chat with the teleporter guy there and just explained with regard to lifting these, you have to be very careful. Even though they come on pallets, they're stacked quite closely together, and I said just to be very careful not to go in too far with the teleporter, or you could lift the one behind it, and then when you pull the first one out, the second one could drop, and obviously that could create a refrigerant leak, which is very, very problematic and expensive. So there's a couple of tips. We tend to come to site to tell the contractor, and also I said with regard to the anti-vibrational mountings, they need to be fitted before the units are positioned, and the AV mounts aren't always the same, because there's load bearing points which can be different weights in different parts of the unit, so you can have different strength of springs. So they always come with a little diagram, and they show you which ones go where. So again, I was giving them a bit of advice on that. And I also said just a tip with regard to fitting them. Normally I'd say don't fit them at low level, wait till the unit's up on the rooftop and fit them in at that point, because obviously at that stage, you know, if you fit them on the ground level and then you lift them up and one of them happens to fall, you could kill somebody. So it's just more practical to fit them when they're actually up at the rooftop before they get dropped into position.